Greetings and welcome to the latest episode of Insert Title Here. Joined with my merry band of streamers and panelists and other adjectives that we could use.
Well,
I'm definitely an adjective.
Yeah, you're a bomb. Oh, you're the bomb.
The bomb. Welcome, everyone, to the Insert Title Here. We're going to go around the horn and introduce everyone. And then we're going to get into the theme of the night, which is just music. Now, granted, we had the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that have just been announced. So we'll kind of go through the list of them real quick and to kind of who people would vote for on it. But then we're just going to talk about music in general. Music that's good, music that you're ashamed that other people would know that you listen to. Worst bands of history. And yes, Nickelback would probably be in there. And so on.
I don't think that's true. Do you know why? Because everyone hates Nickelback, except
lies.
Concerts are always full. You can't have both.
Hey, you want to know what? There's people that like Taylor Swift. I mean, there's people who
why. They're full because they know women are going to the concerts and their men are going to hit on the women.
Base.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't understand why you guys hate Nickelback so much. I've never understood that.
There's two types of people. You have people that cannot stand Nickelback and Nate. So
once again, I have yet to hear a valid argument as to why people hate Nickelback.
Hey, look at this photograph.
Anyway, no, it always comes down to why do you hate Nickelback? I just hate Nickelback. No, why do you hate fucking Nickelback? What did they done to you?
As to why people hate Nickelback, and this is actual based on science, is that their songs are quite literally the same. If you play one song in one speaker and the other song in the other speaker, they are I'm not even making that up.
No. I don't even know music. It's the formulaic.
I think he's telling the truth.
I know
Miss Rachel
and Sesame Street and fucking Blippy, that's a banger sometimes too. So I do know Nickelback is the same fucking music by numbers. And let me tell you, they've done a brilliant job of it. Kudos to them.
Hey, yeah, you want to know, I'm not gonna shame them in any kind of way in the sense that you want to know what, they made money and they were successful at making that money. So
fucking what's his face married Avril Lavigne. I didn't, so he's one up to me.
Yeah. I didn't
realize Avril Lavigne
this is very true.
Well, they got divorced, and then she got Lyme disease. So it all came out in the wash.
Sucks, especially if it gets to your brain.
Well,
sorry.
I mean,
well, that's why they
Lyme disease.
That does beg the question though. Did she have the Lyme disease before she married him, and that's what caused her to?
Or did she get Lyme disease from him when the ticks went from his mullet into her?
I don't know.
He gave it to her.
When she got Lyme disease, that's when the conspiracy theory came out that she died and got replaced by a clone.
Maybe.
See, I think that sometimes happens when people have heart attacks, but I don't think they're replaced with clones. I think they're replaced with demons. I think that's what happened to Kevin Smith. I'm convinced he's been fucking possessed by something else after his heart attack because he became.
Because ever since his movies have been garbage. So let's go around the horn.
Everything about him's been garbage.
Let's go. Let's go around the horn and introduce everyone.
You know, he's fucking 60 pounds lighter, so his clothes never look like they fit. It's very strange.
He obviously needs to be a great guy.
So starting off with my co-host there, Quizmaster Darnell. Quickly, how you doing this evening?
Hello.
How did the gender reassignment surgery go?
Went pretty well. My back's healing quite nicely so far. They attach your boobs in my back, so that's good.
Gotcha.
I figure there's got to be something there from some of the gravel back there. But I need to take this time to make an announcement. Trivia time has been put on indefinite hold, so that's gonna kind of like go away for a while. So sorry. I mean to bring the mood down.
My mood is on the floor now.
As long as I get you at least once a week, I get my.
My mood's been on the floor all week, so you didn't do anything.
Nate, can you please stop whining in public? You're bumming me out, man.
Going over to Theo Snodgrass.
Men don't talk about their problems like this. Can you just put it in the feelings jar, shut that shit down, and then take it out on a loved one at a holiday?
That's
Just
how you
a
end
real
up with
man.
That's how you end up with mass shootings, my guy.
That's what
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
called
Right.
No, to be
it's called
fair, that's
cancer.
how you get mass shootings. But you know what? And I love Nate, but listen, he is our Eeyore. Well, guys, I'm just gonna go lay in the river.
No, I have a cousin we call our family Eeyore too, actually.
We love you, dude.
Well, we don't know your cousin,
We love you,
Tyan,
dude.
so we're going to use Nate
And
instead,
for girls,
if that's
we
okay
probably
with
wouldn't
you.
be quite as upset.
Definitely feeling the
Look,
love.
hey, no, look. When we don't pick on you, that's when you start to wonder. Oh shit, they may not like me. You pick on the people you like. It's a guy thing.
This is actually true. That's facts.
That's very true.
It's
Now,
like
going over
my
to
wife
Theo
thought I was
Snodgrass,
crazy.
what do you got going on there, Theo?
No, I'm happy to be here, obviously. It's going to be fun. I'll do my advertisements for the outros, but I've been on the road a whole bunch. I've been reading just a fuck ton of girl porn. My brain is broken.
Except
Okay,
you're not
nice.
reading anything that's good quality, so it's like a completely worthless piece of shit. So
You
there's
don't
no
know what
reason
I'm
to-
reading. You have
Chill
no
out,
idea what
Master
I'm reading.
Swag King.
You have no
You told me at
perspective.
least 2 of the names that, and I looked them. They're crap. That's not anything that's worthwhile. There's a lot out there that's actually totally legit, and you refuse to look at any of it. So your opinion is worthless.
It's like a cow's opinion. Moo.
Leave my booster seat alone, Cyphex.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I blacked out there for a second. The power of the nag was too strong, and I started to get a migraine. It was just,
Get on it and
it was
rotate.
intense. It was like my mother at Thanksgiving asking me when I'm going to get a real job. It's like, no, Mom, driving around to dive bars and talking to strangers
Has your
about my
mom
trauma
actually
is
said
it.
that?
This
She
is
actually
my
looked
life.
at you and gone, when are you going to get
You went to
job?
law school, and now you're just going around bars trying to make funny.
Don't,
Yes, I
don't
am.
complain about that. At least
Okay.
your mom can ask you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Are
that
we
got-
on
that
Darnell's
got-
dead
that
mom
got
again?
fu- that got
Jesus
fucking
Christ. If
dark.
I have to hear about Darnell's dead mom one more fucking time. See what I'm
Bro, you
saying,
went to
Nate?
law
See how
school?
annoying that is? That's what you sound like when you mope around here like
Well,
Eeyore.
He could talk about his dead mom. I'll talk about my dead uncle some more.
No, this is a comedy show, guys. We
And
have to
going
steer this in another
on.
direction.
In the
This is
intros, we
fucking
got
sucking.
Full Metal
Let's
Nate.
go
How you
back
doing
to
this
Tiny
evening?
being a nag. I feel like that bit was fun. Tiny, would you like to nag some more?
Can we
Isn't
have
it
to skip through
your turn to talk?
intros?
Stop
Oh my
talking.
goodness.
You know, Ty's got a hot
This
ant
show's
going
we're
on
not even
tonight.
10 minutes in, and this show's already off the fucking rails. My emotions have just been a little up and down this past week.
Hey!
Oh shit balls, damn.
Someone else
my
can
man.
dress up for Valentine's Day.
My
All you guys are just so fucking mad.
I've been having a mixed week overall, but I mean I feel a little better today. But nah, dude, got some pretty good Curse of Strahd stuff coming up that I've been working on, and I'm gonna go get this fucking mop taken care of tomorrow because I'm getting tired of looking at it.
Do not
Shaving
go
down to the
see.
wood, right?
Do not go see Captain Falcon Ant-Man.
Too bad. I already
not
got
go
tickets
see
for
it.
Sunday.
Don't go see it.
Ant-Man
Too
is in
bad.
this?
Dude, I
No,
have
but
a-
he
No.
uses that man's helmet.
Tangentially, yes.
Oh god.
He uses that man's helmet. He uses everybody else's tech but his own.
If only he could use Steve Rogers' serum.
Darnell
Yeah,
watched
but
the newest.
refuses
You
that.
watched it.
He
The
refuses
original
that.
Falcon was a really interesting character, and he had his own fucking tech.
Yeah. And
Well, like-
also, we have Tiny But Fierce. How you doing?
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy
I
Valentine's Day.
I'm Tiny But Fierce. You can find me on X at Won't Be Boxed, and I'm happy to be here. This is one of my favorite things all week long. Even if nobody cares enough to dress up for the show.
I am.
Hey,
dressed
I
up
bought
on
a
the
box
show.
of chocolates,
we're not
but then
winning.
realized
I'm
I
gonna
didn't have
go-
anyone to give it to, so I was just like, you know what? On with the show.
Hold
Nate,
on.
get the
I'm
shirt.
gonna,
Nate,
hold on. I'm
the
gonna go
shirt.
get the douchebag shirt right
Get the
now.
shirt.
Yeah, I get the shirt. Okay.
Oh, that shirt!
Yep. And from his long hiatus, returning back to us, Diesel. How you doing, man?
Hey, dude, my computer just crashed. That's why I left.
Oh, that happens, dude.
Yeah, I know. I texted Darnell, but I figured he'd see it next
Oh
month.
shit! No, I didn't. Sorry, man. Oh, I see you now.
No, it's all good, man. Like, hopefully it won't crap out on me.
There, I'm wearing it. Happy.
And we
Button
don't and nobody dresses up for Valentine's because we're guys.
Oh,
It's a
buddy.
made up holiday for women anyway, man.
We dress up when we get laid, and so it's clearly not a thing happening tonight. So,
Man, I wouldn't even do that these days.
Well,
I'm just like, I don't even give a shit.
None of us
I can
do.
go put on my PJs that I was in before. I mean, if you guys really don't care.
No, it's nice that you
Hey,
care
no,
about stuff like that.
I appreciate it. I just was not expecting that. It's welcomed. Thank you.
Yeah, it is nice, but like that, I mean, in a million years, I wouldn't guess to dress up for Valentine's Day. Like if you gave me like a month to try to figure that out, on my own, I'd lost.
You know what
Go
I
ahead.
need? Just because you're talking about dressing up for Valentine's Day, there's a shirt I've had in my Amazon cart for a while. It's kind of like this one, except it's got skulls and roses on it.
Yes!
I thought about getting that. I thought about getting that.
And we're returning as our special guest is third Railify, Sean. Welcome back, Sean.
Hello, little Valentines. How are you? Why the wiener? Because it's Valentine's Day and everybody deserves some wiener on Valentine's Day.
There's a lot of women getting that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wiener
Tiny,
is penis
Tiny,
here.
who is putting off the hottest ant in the world vibes right now. I can't contain myself.
With the glasses,
May
I get
who?
aunts, I get librarian just because of the glasses.
Janine, you got the Janine Melnitz look going.
Yes. Aunt May
I'm
who?
just it's
Who that
ant,
is?
a secretary. I don't know. It's fine though.
Terry.
Well, it's great that you
Secretary.
bring that up because we have that line that was brought up in the group chat about today.
Yeah.
It comes from Ghostbusters 2. So it's Peter Venkman's talking to that woman on his psychic show, and
Yep.
she was told by an alien that the world was going to end on February 14th, 2025.
Oh my god.
Well, there's 14 minutes left in my time zone, so we'll see.
I think we're going to get through it. I think that wasn't an alien. I think she just regrets the hookup.
Probably.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2 is so underrated. I love that.
Yeah, it
movie.
is, man. I watched that a while back. What's his name? Egon is like, yes, I'd like. They brought like Sigourney Weaver in there, and they're talking, about the thing with the baby cart carriage. And he's just like, I'd like to perform a full gynecological exam on the mother. And Bill Murray goes, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
I don't know. My favorite line to this day, and I swear I'm going to get somebody to say it in D&D. It's when it's when Gozer says, "Are you a god?" And he's like, "No." And then they all get taken. He's like, Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god,
yes,
you say yes.
See, that was the problem with the remake in 2016 is they didn't realize that Ghostbusters, while has some comedy in it, it's not all comedy.
No, more. If you took Bill, the reason it's a comedy is because you took Bill Murray and stuck him in all these ridiculous situations. Somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it. He's just walking through this. He's like the audience, man. He's just like walking through. It's bizarre. Yes, no human would stack books like this.
Is this
like,
true?
Well,
yes,
well,
it's
they're
true.
saying all
This
those
man
things.
has no penis.
Where the stairs go, they go up. When I was a kid, I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
It took me like 8 viewings to get that joke.
All fake. They're making it up, and then the captain from the 27th goes, "Yeah, the walls are bleeding in the 27th precinct. No one's fucking making that shit up."
Yeah.
Hey,
we just got a call from the guy down at Pier 27. Yeah,
He says
what?
the Titanic just
Titanic
arrived.
It was
Better
cheap.
late than never.
Better late than
Man.
never.
Yeah, better
Good
late
old
than
Cheech Marin.
Oh god. Oh, Ghostbusters.
So what do you got on that wiener of yours there, Sean?
Oh, just a
Burnt marks.
relish, a little mustard.
Grill marks. Good
Yeah.
burn marks. Mm.
Yeah. So a
Hell yeah.
couple Halloweens ago, my wife bought me this, thinking, he will never wear that. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna wear that on stream, fucking daily.
My wife learned quick not to buy me costumes because she knew I'd wear them in public.
Then she
probably
bought me a
why I-
banana, and then I'm like, I'm gonna wear that too, and she's like, I know you will.
Why would she buy you shit if she didn't want you to wear it?
I don't know.
Probably
you're a
bought it
woman,
for
you
the
tell me.
comedy
I
aspect
don't know.
of
You're
it.
a
but
woman.
then
You
didn't think-
explain that shit. We can't.
I wouldn't buy
We can't
someone
figure it
something I
out.
didn't want them to wear.
But you
And then
might tell them you didn't want them to wear it if you secretly did want them to wear it as sort
Then
of a
she bu-
gambit.
She bought me a Donald Trump fucking visor that has like with the all the orange hair sticking out of it. I'm like, I'm gonna wear this too, and she's like, yeah, I know you will.
She learned her lesson.
It's like you're just pushing my character farther out there into crazy town. It's like, I know I am.
You married a
People are
good
gonna
woman.
start thinking
Yeah,
Did
that.
I?
Yeah.
Did I,
Man.
Tidy?
My ex-wife threw away my Hawaiian shirt, man.
And that's
I
my
got
ex-wife.
I got a
It
couple
was
if you want to
awesome,
borrow
man.
one,
I paid
Diesel.
$1 for it. It was worth every penny. And it was genuine too. But she threw it out, man. I just thought that reminded me of that because Nate's got some kind of shit on his shirt, man. That reminded me of that sort of.
It's his cocaine shirt.
And then you
Yeah.
and then you guys were talking about wives, and I was just like, oh yeah, I was married to that psycho hose beast.
That's a
Oh,
nice
yeah, she
collection of
threw
shirts,
away my-
Nate.
threw
We're gonna
away
make more
my
of them in Vegas.
fucking-
Sean,
Nate's grown up, and he only wears button downs now, or is it button ups?
Dude.
I mean,
Sean,
they're-
Sean, you missed the show where they were basically roasting my entire wardrobe.
They're
Well, I
80s
mean-
Coke
No,
dealer
just the
shirts, but they're
shirts.
still button
Just
ups.
shirts.
I mean, you look like Scarface right now, but that's respectable.
Actually, you kind of look like a preacher, like a black preacher, like from around here when he's like at the grocery store.
Okay.
I remember I wore this and was Iron there? Someone was like, "What in the Wakanda Forever is that?"
I think it was Iron. that said
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly that's exactly it.
What in the wee was Kangs?
What in the name of vibranium is going on here?
Yep, this is correct.
I always thought I always envisioned someone like Tommy Oliver wearing this like in the Power Rangers show from the
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
He could totally wear something like this. Like, look at this.
He could, but he wouldn't.
Sensei Johnny Lawrence
Shut
would
up.
rock that
Sure,
shirt,
some
man.
interesting shit.
Well, I gotta ask now, Nate. What is your favorite Power Ranger?
Kimberly.
Well, no, you're bringing it up. I'm just
Always
curious. I
Kimberly.
mean, if
All right.
you watch the show, if there's
Always
like,
Kimberly.
You have to be
Billy.
more specific.
Everyone loved Amy Jo Johnson. Oh my god.
Could it be from any show or does it need to be just from like
The
one
original.
particular season?
no, it can be any of them. I mean,
Okay.
Amy Jo Johnson's a very good one to go to. I mean, at that age, really started to understand why I'm attracted to women. Thank you for that.
Did you know the Yellow Ranger died a horrific death?
No.
Yeah, we knew
Oh yeah,
this.
she went
Yeah,
through, it
car
was a car
crash.
crash, and she went through the windshield, and she
Yeah,
went,
she-
went flying, and then there she was laying in a pile of her own blood with glass everywhere. She was yelling and screaming. It was a terrible ordeal.
Was
Oh
it an
my
Asian
God.
woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Yellow Ranger was
Of course, yeah. The Yellow Ranger was an
Yeah, I
Asian
mean,
woman,
I
and she
thought
died
those
in a
always
car
landed on their
crash.
feet, so I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The Pink
if I-
Ranger was a blonde girl. The Asian, the Yellow Ranger was Asian, and the Black Ranger was black.
Yeah.
That was the original.
And the
That
Red
was-
Ranger
yeah,
was blue.
the first Power Rangers did not shy away from trying to be slightly racist. Asian woman's yellow. The black is the Black Ranger. I mean, they went full right into it.
if I had
Ranger
to
was the
hold
pink
on,
one. I mean,
if I
It's
had to
not.
pick,
It's not racist, man. It's just
it made sense if you were a kid. I mean,
exactly,
it's kind of-
exactly,
it-
man.
It's like asking a ginger, if the carpet matches the drapes. Which I'm married to a ginger. Never ask them that. That's never do.
we're
but so your Power Rangers, your
Yep.
suit matches the skin. That's
Mhm.
how it goes.
yeah,
Right.
it's a little ironic. I'm wearing white because my favorite like Power Ranger of like all time is
Was
the
white?
It's the white
White
Dino
power.
Thunder Ranger from Dino Thunder.
I've
Right,
never
that's
watched.
Red
Also
Power,
the only White
Blue
Ranger.
Power, right?
There's another White Ranger.
Yellow
There's-
Power.
There's
What
multiple
Persian kid
seasons
that
of
sold
Power
me a
Rangers.
futon?
Well, no, I know there's multiple seasons of Power Rangers, but I thought like Tommy had been the only White Ranger. Or something.
No, there's been multiple White Rangers.
Nate,
Okay,
you just need
I
a
didn't
like a
watch all
greasy
that much.
accent, man, to go with that shirt and you sell rugs.
Oh, really?
Hey man, hey, let me sell Pepsi, man. Buy Pepsi.
Hold on, I'll bring up like a picture of the guy. Hold on a second.
So
Oh, there.
Okay, so while he's bringing that up, we're gonna. Oh,
And it's
never
up.
mind. He's got it already up, and
oh, he gets it up quick.
yeah, he
This
does.
is fucking emo
It's
punk
because
rock.
of his age. It's
Ranger?
harder for us as
I have
older.
never
gentlemen.
watched Power Rangers, man.
Dude, this motherfucker
Really?
soloed the entire Dino
I mean,
Thunder team.
it was
his
on in
own.
the afternoons, like when I get home from like school, like high school. I'd like look at it and like something about the part where they were running around in the rubber suits, and then the Saved by the Bell part, something didn't quite match up in my brain, and I was just like, huh. And that was about it.
This motherfucker would solo Thanos. I'm serious.
Are you this fucking guy looks like he's the I cut myself just to feel Ranger.
He sounds like he sounds like it too.
Man,
Look at
you-
him.
as
he
soon
sounds
as I
like
see
Bat-
that picture, I'm just like, that is exceedingly Japanese.
Oh, you want to know what? You want to know what? He brings up a really good point. Stand up, Nate.
Shut up.
That
leave me
shirt
alone.
kind of matches.
No, it doesn't.
It does a little bit.
It does a little bit. Yeah, it does. Dude, if I was a lot skinnier and I could pull off that costume for like a Comic-Con or some kind of convention, I would totally go dressed as that fucking Power Ranger, man.
You're young, man. You could get jacked if you want to.
So try to get us somewhat back on the rails to fall off in like 4 minutes at best. So, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has
Soundgarden.
put out their
I think-
nominees for 2025.
I think the answer is Soundgarden, and then we just move on to the next topic.
Yeah, Soundgarden.
Wow, so I'm not alone. So my video actually pretty in alignment with a lot of people.
I mean, I wouldn't ignore Bad Company,
Although I
Or-
will
or
let me
Billy
put out.
Idol.
I'm sorry, Chubby
I think
Checkers
for
waited
Mariah
how
Carey,
long?
though. Mariah Carey
I
probably
will
has
say
one
at
of
least Chubby Checker is rock and roll, the birth of rock and roll,
Yeah,
unlike let's say Outkast.
or Cyndi Lauper,
Or Mariah Carey. She's not rock.
whoever Mana is.
What the hell is
She had
Joy Division?
19 number one hits, and her career has lasted a decade, and she probably has the greatest Christmas song of all time.
Which doesn't
I
have
go
anything to do
every
with
year
rock.
and I make a goal for myself not to hear that fucking song. And if I don't hear
Valid.
that song, I have had a successful holiday season.
Yeah, man. Like that's kind of like Grandma got run over by a reindeer for me. I'll murder a motherfucker if I hear that song.
But it's
And
the
honest-
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shouldn't all the inductees be rock and roll singers and songwriters and such?
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
Is there a
Yeah,
hip hop rock Hall of Fame?
No, they
why
just
did
go in the
they
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I just
Wait,
wish
wait,
that-
wait, no,
I wish
hold on,
it was
hold on,
a
hold on.
secondary thing. It was just for music in general
Hold
or
on.
something.
No. There is specific genre rock music Hall of Fames. They're not as like big as the rock and roll one, but they are there, or they do exist, and you're not allowed to go in them if you're not that genre.
Okay, well
So
then
then why
Tiny
is all the
Little-
non-genres allowed to go in the rock one?
I don't know.
They're
I
just being
think I would
inclusive.
rather listen to Mariah Carey than Fish. I hate that band. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like
All those
one good
stoners
song.
when I was in college.
not-
Go to the Fish concert. No, they fucking.
They
suck,
only have
you
one good
idiot.
song. It's not even theirs. It's a Beatles song. They cover.
They're awful, dude. They're just like it's like how many drugs can we do? Hey, you go to the. They were.
Although I
go to
gotta
the
say-
Fish
Wait.
concert, go to the
You
Fish
said that Fish did a Beatles cover?
Yeah,
Well, so did Joe Crocker.
Joe Cocker.
Well,
Or,
I'm
yeah,
just
Cocker, thank
saying
you.
their only good song is a Beatles cover. Fish.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
My
just want to
most
say that I
Billy
hate
Idol.
the white stripes.
Did you ever see the Saturday Night Live when John Belushi was doing Joe Cocker while Joe Cocker was the musical guest, man, and he was getting pissed? It was funny because like
It was true.
hilarious, man. Because he looked like a spaz, dude. When he'd sing, he looked like he was like having like a seizure or something, and like So Belushi did a great Joe Cocker, and he was getting pissed when he was on stage, man. He was out there, and fucking John
Now-
Belushi's
Yeah.
high ass comes up there.
Now, overall, with the let's say Oasis, I could see maybe in 10 more years.
Yeah, that same with White Stripes too.
Same
Man.
with White Stripes.
You know about White Stripes, I think never is the more appropriate answer. Fuck those guys with a cactus. Fuck them.
Yep.
Okay.
In the
Damn.
urethra.
Oh my god. What's wrong with you?
And uterus.
Well, okay. Now, okay, Bad Company. I mean, I said it in my video too. The only song that I really know from Bad Company is
It's
called Bad Company.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they
But it's
played
such
it
a
on the
hit.
classic rock station so much so that I never want to hear it again.
It's such
I
a
said the
hit, though. I
cover-
mean,
I can't remember what modern band did a cover of it.
The White Stripes
Oh,
got one or
shit.
two good albums, man, that I
hold on.
dig. But that I listened to for a while there, man. But I hadn't listened to them in a many moons.
He said, "We're never going to speak of that band again."
It's their album Elephant,
Also,
but their one song Seven Nation Army, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
oh
that's the
yeah,
best."
I don't
No,
even.
like, fuck-
That's not
Okay,
the one. I even.
it was
everybody-
Five
that's
Finger
one.
Death Punch. Five Finger
Okay.
Death Punch in 2009 covered it.
Okay.
Nice.
I like that
And
cover.
Disturbed. And Disturbed. Yes.
Oh,
And
Disturbed did as well.
Yes.
I do
yes,
know
and
the Five Finger
Disturbed.
Death Punch.
I want
Yeah.
to point out that Jay in chat, he's from my community. He is a music fucking connoisseur. It's a little weird how good he is
Whenever-
with music.
Whenever Trivia Time comes back, we should have him on.
Mhm.
Like to have him
there
on,
you go,
maybe.
Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say Oasis was a too much. We like the Beatles too much, so we're going to put a lot of references to the Beatles in our music.
Yeah,
I will say that.
I listened to him there for I don't know, man, like I don't know, a month or so, man. And it was like and then I was just like,
Oh, feel like making
God,
love.
their songs just did not
Rock and Roll
hold up.
Fantasy. They had some hits.
I'm surprised they hadn't gotten in there, man, because like I don't know, the classic rock stations used to play it, man. God, they'd have like the same rotation for forever. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, put some B-sides on for fuck's sake, man. There's more AC/DC songs than Back in Black, and You Shook Me All Night Long. You know that, right?
Yeah, Hell's Bells.
Fucking anything, dude. Play Who Made Who? That's one of the best songs they ever did, man.
Well, the thing, I mean, streaming the streaming's kind of killed the radio when it comes down to a lot of that stuff. So overall, I mean, if you really want to get the B-sides and you really want to get the deep cuts and stuff, where you see where the band actually sounds like outside the radio hits, the only way you're going to do that is going to streaming services. It's the only place you're really going to hear it. You're not going to hear it on the radio because it's all the stuff that everyone
Well, you just
knows.
get the
and it's all
albums and
same
listen
stuff.
to them yourself. Like my favorite Soundgarden song is one that one of them is from when they did Telephantasm, like their sort of kind of compilation in 2012. They took a song that they had mostly recorded from Bad Motorfinger. And Chris Cornell went back and completed the vocals for it, man. And it's called Black Rain. And it's one of the most badass songs I have ever heard. And you can tell that it sounds like it would have been great, man. But it's got that sound from like Bad Motorfinger. You can hear it when you hear it. You're like, ugh. But he could still sing it. Oh, and they killed him. He didn't kill himself.
Yeah, Iron's calling us out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Well, we had a bowling alley, not a skating rink around here.
Oh, we didn't have either
I'll
one,
notice
man.
at a skating rink in the early 90s.
No, we had a bowling alley in Auburn. We went there every once in a while.
Yeah, I've started collecting vinyls as well.
I have two, but only the bands I listen to, because I'm tired of losing vinyl. So
I used to
get
have a
destroyed and
bunch
start
of
again.
like legit vinyl. Like I had original Sgt. Pepper, Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, Are You Experienced? I had a reissue of the White Album. I had a Rubber Soul, Revolver. I had Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin, a couple of them. And Led Zeppelin albums, man, they did that art on their vinyl like crazy. Led Zeppelin 3 has a disc in it. You can spin it and it has like little holes on the front and different images and stuff would come into the holes. They made the whole thing it was like a work of art, man. That like when they went to like CDs and stuff like that, all of that was like lost. But like, dude,
being
like,
that Sean is our friend in the Great White North, are you allowed to listen to any bands that are not Canadian, like Anne Murray or Nickelback or
Bryan Adams.
Bare Naked Ladies?
Bare Naked Ladies? Actually, they're a good band. So,
Rush.
Don't start on Rush.
I don't
Everybody
actually like Rush. I just
a
want you
lot
to know.
of people like Rush, man. I don't know. I mean, that's cool.
I don't like Rush.
Yeah, I don't like him either, man.
I
But
just
like a
can't-
lot
I
of
can't.
people think Neil Peart was like the greatest drummer ever, which he might be. Yeah,
I like-
man.
The Tragically Hip were good.
Yep.
I mean, that's but
Cyndi Lauper though, man, she had like 2 or 3 songs, man. Like
Big in
everyone's
the-
sleeping
big in
on
the
Joy
80s.
Division.
I don't even know who the fuck they are, man. They sound like
Joy Division's post-punk sound and emotional death redefine
Yeah.
alternative music.
I'm trying to remember a song title you would know, Diesel, if you heard it. You've heard Joy Division before. I know you have. I'm drawing a blank on anything, though.
yeah. I may have heard them, but it was like, did they sing kind of Candy? So like, if so, I wouldn't have listened to them. Man.
Mm-mm. No.
Were they
no,
like a boy band type?
No.
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 No. God, no.
Okay. But no, I mean, if we're going to look at the aspect of older artists that deserve it, out of all of
Chubby
them,
Checker.
I would kind of go with the Chubby Checker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. the Twist.
I mean, that's that's within the birth of rock and roll, and I mean, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, I'm surprised he's not already in there.
Yeah, I was actually shocked to see that he was up, that he wasn't already a member of the hall. But can I ask why no one has mentioned Billy Idol?
I kind of blocked him out.
I do love White Wedding.
My mom
know.
and dad actually worked on the music video for that.
Oh, still, I would not put him in this round.
I love Billy Idol. I grew up with it.
I mean, I love him when he plays Billy Idol in movies.
Oh yeah, that's great. I loved him in The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him in Wedding. I love that scene on the plane when they're just like, "You don't fuck with me." He's just like, "Yeah, look, I got fans. I'll kick your ass."
You know, he got all fucked up in a motorcycle crash, man.
Mhm.
Like you didn't hear from him for a long time, and then he came out with that one song where he was like, they just a Rock the Cradle, yeah, and they don't show much of him in that video, man. Like they have him on a screen or something because he got messed up from a motorcycle wreck. I want to say back in the 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Outcast.
now yeah.
So weird.
Yeah, that
How many
doesn't
people
belong.
get-
Outcast is like one of these things. It's not like the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Right? That's what I was
At
thinking
least-
too, man. That
at least-
song.
Well, no, it's two
At
of these
least-
things. Actually, 3 of these things are not really like the others,
Yeah.
and one I just don't know about. So it's Outkast, Mariah Carey, and Cyndi Lauper are not like the others, and man, I just don't have a clue.
I don't know what that
So-
is like. Manna from Heaven.
I don't know.
I think they're Spanish. What were they, Spanish or?
Manya.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I agree, and this classic's pretty weak, but at least it's mostly rock this time. Was it a couple years ago? It was almost all rap lineup.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. Now, if the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is just trying to do a Hall of Fame for all music, I have never been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there in Cleveland, mainly to the fact of who the fuck actually wants to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, I hear Cleveland rocks.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah,
that's a good
I mean,
one.
I like the Drew Carey
Versus
show.
United
I mean, it
States.
was a funny show. It was of its time.
Hey,
But still,
One point if you know who sang that song.
what song?
I don't know.
Cleveland Rocks.
That was
I have no idea.
the President of the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
And I hear they also like Peaches.
And
Sometimes in a
lumps.
can. Yeah.
Put there by a man in a factory downtown.
I think their thing was like the dude only had 2 or 3 strings on his guitar. And
Both of them.
Yeah.
They both use bass strings on electric guitars. They called it a bass guitar.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah,
So they got that sound.
so that's why like any song is just like power chords or variations of that.
Yeah, like, I suck at trivia stuff because I'll remember songs, like hear them in my head, but I can never remember the names that go with them.
I was visiting my stepmom one Christmas, and it was one of the games. One of the game she was watching one of the game shows, and it's like beat one of those music search. What's it?
Beat Shazam.
Yeah, Beat Shazam. She was watching and all this stuff, and I was naming every song. She's like, "You need to go on that show," and I'm like, "No."
I want to go on that one so bad because I know music too.
I know certain music.
How do you get on the show exactly?
You have to
apply ahead of time, or you have to be one of the audience members they choose.
No, you'll like audition. You'll send like a video. I see. I've done with Wheel of Fortune. I got to do another audition in a few months with them. No, you'll send in like a video, and if you like Pop Culture Jeopardy, you live in certain parts of the country. You and your team, y'all each send in a video, and then you say that you're the same team. They'll kind of combine you together.
Cool.
I mean, if Dylan Mulvaney can do it, you can do it too.
How do you send in an audition for Wheel of Fortune? You like make some like go get a piece of wood and put some sticks on it and spin it?
No, you take a little. There's like a quiz you take. The board pops up. You do it, and then you send in a 1-minute video of why you'd be a good contestant. Don't say it's your dream. Just like be yourself.
Oh. I saw an episode of South Park, and I really want to be on your show now.
Like, my grandmother used to watch Wheel of Fortune, and I used to watch it, and I was just like, because I can't spell. I'm slightly dyslexic, and I cannot spell well. So I was just be like, it's such and such word. And my grandma would just look at me like, nope, that's not how many letters are in that word. I'm like,
I like Rush. Now it's funny. The Price is Right though. They pull their people directly from the audience.
Yeah, and there's something else where they pull them directly from the audience too. So I just wasn't sure how it worked.
No, like
always, I want to go ape shit on some Plinko.
When Price is Right, a buddy of mine went.
That was my favorite thing to do when I was homesick.
Yeah,
was always watch The Price is Right.
I watched that. Like I used to watch that, man. Like in the summer, like when I was a kid. That and like Different Strokes reruns, man.
Darnell, did your friend get chosen?
No. She was like crazy. Like they're lined up outside the studio before, and they interview everybody. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I remember seeing the episode. She was like batshit insane. Like that's what they go for, and they end up not choosing her. And she got pissed and went back again the next day, and she did it again, and they still didn't pick her.
I want to be on Let's Make a Deal.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? I want to tell him that. Ask him that.
I loved him on the improv show.
Whose line is it anyway?
It's still on. It's still on. It's on CW.
Yeah, no, but he can literally sing any genre, anything. Like it's so great listening to him.
I always skip the singing one.
The crossover with Arrowverse, and it just has not been the same since. CW was just desperate to cross over everything.
Wait, there was a Whose Line Is It Anyway crossover?
No, he's being stupid.
Dude, I would believe you about that.
Aisha Tyler was the villain. She was called the host.
I gave up on the Arrowverse when they started doing weird time travel on Arrow, and then Supergirl started showing up all over the place, and I cannot stand the Supergirl show.
That Supergirl show, man, made me like, I was yelling at the wall when I watched it one night. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? It's like Supergirl and her Earth sister are sitting there, and the Earth sister's talking about, well, I came out to this girl and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there, and they're going on and on, going back and forth. That's like before like the whole, like all of that shit was everywhere. And I was sitting there watching it, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, I just yelled at the wall, man. I was like, it's so stupid. My best friend was like, you got to watch this show. And I watched the show, and I was like calling them up, and I'm just like, yeah, you remember when I told you that 2014, that Transformers Age of Extinction was good?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
motherfucker. You can't get on me about that ever again because I watched Supergirl.
Now the question I'm going to pose to everyone.
I was still drunk when I told you that too, man. So,
So the question I'm going to pose is to see who will actually admit to it. What is your guilty pleasure group?
You mean like
Or
guilty
singer.
pleasure music
Let's
group?
start with Diesel.
We're going to start with Diesel.
Gunship.
Gunship. Okay.
I love metal. It's like metal, hard rock, stuff like that, hard guitar and stuff like that. But like Iron told me, he's like, you got to hear this song Tech Noir. So I listened to it. So I like got that album. So like I only listening to that going down the road, and I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm rolling through Terminator and Tron. It's just crazy, like retro synthwave sound and stuff, man. So
Okay. Nate.
Okay, now we're going to go to Theo.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is an easy one. Chapel Roan. You guys know Chapel
Okay.
Roan?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. So Chapel Roan is a malignant narcissist lesbian who sometimes also publishes music, and it happens to be some of the best music that anyone's ever made ever. It's just, but it just so happens that it's being made by just one of the worst humans who's ever been cursed with an internet connection. And it's a curse for the people who have to hear what she
He's
says
right.
out loud.
kind of like Billy
Like,
Corgan.
Right.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
like every single one of her ideas is dumb. Every single one of her public interactions with another human is for some reason on tape, and it's always preposterously entitled. She has no concept of what it would mean to interface with other humans in a way that's palatable. However, her music is incredible, and I think that has to be acknowledged.
Okay.
She probably drives Subarus. I'm curious, though. I am curious what Sean's going to say in this. What you got for me, Sean?
I'm still shocked about that. I just
Oh,
well, a guilty pleasure for music. I mean, I don't really know, if I'm honest. What it's I would probably have to say it's
Brian Adams.
it is a Canadian band.
Okay.
It's a small little
The
band.
Canadian government has apologized for Brian Adams.
It's not Brian Adams. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. No, it's not. It's a small Canadian band called Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker or USS. It's absolutely phenomenal, but also hilarious. Like some of their one of their songs is called Stationary Robbery, and it's basically a song about how you don't have a hole punch or a pencil sharpener because they've stole it and haha, they've taken your lunch too. It's fucking hilarious.
I found the band.
But
that's
they have
funny.
the actual like genuine like real good song and it's actually kind of heartbreaking a little bit that they finished their journey and they stopped doing music, but yeah, that's probably my guilty pleasure. That
It's some good shit. It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Dude, speaking of stationary robbery, man, I'm cleaning out like the rest of the crap out of my old place, and then I got to this box and I forgot. I ripped off every single thing that I could when I worked for the Alabama Department of Environmental Management when I left. I've got like 100 of those little clips that you can use to hold paper together that you could use as like chip clips, except they're like metal. That like I remember I was such a piece of shit. Stacks of like post-it notes things and a dispenser too, man. I took the fucking stapler. You got my stapler?
Oh, please tell me it's red.
No, it's black, unfortunately.
Oh,
Also, Jay in chat says the Cure is Sean's. The Cure is very high on my list of guilty pleasures. I mean, I do love the Cure.
Tiny, what is yours?
Okay, exactly how are we defining?
It can be
Like-
either it's either a band that you would be embarrassed of other people found out that you liked, or it's a band that is maybe like Nickelback that has a lot of hatred towards it. And they are small, but there is a small group that do enjoy it.
Well, I have two basically genres that I would say that most people would say would be like no one would else really likes, at least.
You like yodeling, don't you?
No, but I'm a big fan of Bollywood. I grew up with it. I did something called Kathak, which is North Indian religious dance, and I did it for 13 years. So a lot of my friends growing up were South Asians, and I spent a lot of time around Bollywood. And the other thing would be, I don't listen to it as much anymore, just because I have so much other stuff going on. But when I was younger, I will admit I was into angry bitch music like Veruca Salt or
I love Veruca Salt.
Or just angry femme music. I do like
There
angry
was such a good song.
Which one's this a good song?
Either.
Seether.
Seether. Oh, I love
Veruca
Seether.
Salt. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
man,
love
dude, all that shit from the 90s, man, it was great. It was like, it seemed like something good was coming out all the time. And then, like, we had this alternative radio station in Birmingham, man. Everything was the X in 90s, you know, X Files, X everything.
Mhm.
1077 DX, man. And they had live,
Or the
they had
end.
bands coming through. And, like, I remember they had that band Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
And
Fuel.
they played like that song Sunburn like acoustically in their studio, and it's fucking awesome. They Fuel, like, their first two albums were really good. I actually have those in the car, man. But yeah, anyway, no, sorry.
I would say that is definitely a band. Their sound did not match their look. 90s surfer dudes, but then you see their music. It's like this just does not equate.
You guys remember Puddle of Mud?
Oh God, yes.
Oh yeah, she fucking hates me.
Yeah, there's
I know two Mongolian bands actually, but I don't know who. Interesting.
The Who's a good one. Yeah, I agree. I think you'd like them.
There's a girl band that is
The
just
Who.
there's a Mongolian girls band that's just really cool, and a lot of their music has a sound that's similar to if you ever watch Xena, the opening music, and the few episodes where she like sings like, and it like after her son dies and stuff, like that music, this band is a lot like that. It's pretty cool.
So Nate, what is yours?
And no, it's not Nickelback. We're getting that.
Yeah,
out of
obviously,
the
he
way
already
right
told
then
us.
and there.
Theory of a Dead Man.
Oh no,
I love Santa
I'm
Monica.
Nate. Yeah, because Theory of a Dead Man is almost exactly like Nickelback. But anyway,
I hate all of you. I was gonna say, okay, I hate all of you except Tiny. There you go. I was gonna say,
I hate Tiny twice as much, so it evens
Watch
out.
those. Fine.
God damn. Wait, what you got, Nate?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
you're
never. I'm gonna say Nevermore because
Okay.
I am a huge metalhead, but obviously there's like certain subgenres of metal, and sometimes some are a little more intense than others. And Nevermore is definitely one of those bands that falls into the side of pretty fucking intense. Like if I could take all my hate, vanity, anger, and rage and make albums out of it, almost 95% of Nevermore's albums would probably be the end result.
Your
Is that
vanity
that
with
Cookie
that
Monster
shirt?
singing stuff where they just? Oh yeah, I can't. I
Okay,
like
have
metal,
another-
but I'm a
actually-
snob.
I actually have another sort of one, but it's not like it's for most people it wouldn't be a thing, but for me, because I'm Jewish, it's a thing. There's some Christian rock bands I really like.
Lamb of God is not a Christian rock band. I'm just saying.
I was wondering about that too.
and I have figured it out. See, Diesel's not said it, but I see some indications, and I kind of know what song. I know specifically what Diesel's guilty pleasure song is. He doesn't want anyone to know about it. So me announcing it's very mean. He's a
Barbie
big
Girl?
fan of Disco Duck.
What is that?
Oh, I love how you're playing not knowing it. Just to throw everyone off.
He's
Yeah,
like, no, I'm
man.
serious. What the fuck are you talking about?
Look it up. It is.
It's a real song.
It's
I think
Well,
I have.
Kill
I
Disco.
may have.
You've heard it. I guarantee you've heard it.
Yeah,
Probably.
you've heard it.
Probably.
I
it's-
guarantee you've heard it.
You know, in the past. Also, man, I always thought Nickelback and Linkin Park were like they were just the same thing.
They are not the
Yeah.
same thing.
I can't. I don't know. I
No,
don't. I
those
never.
were different.
I never cared for Linkin Park either. So you know.
Really? Oh,
I mean,
No,
now they
Nickelback. I mean, Nickelback is like, let's say right here. Yeah, I can't even show it on screen where I think Linkin Park is.
There's some more Nevermore.
So-
right
I just
there.
didn't.
Darnell, what is yours? They might.
All right.
They might be giants.
some 41.
No, I don't. Okay, I don't have shame.
41.
I don't have shame at all. So I don't get embarrassed. But there's genres I strictly won't listen to. But like, I guess my guilty pleasures would be Avril Lavigne, stuff
Damn
like
it, you
Simple
took mine.
Plan.
You literally
Stuff
fucking
like-
took mine.
Sorry, stuff like the Simple Plan style, that pop punk, and
Okay.
honestly, the Backstreet Boys, man, and NSYNC. Some of their songs are really fucking catchy, dude.
Okay,
Like really
Cyclops.
fucking
Dirty
catchy.
pop. Dirty
No,
pop.
absolutely.
I mean, it's. I mean,
no,
it's true,
Darnell.
man.
The thing is, I forget. I it's like I don't hold that against you because it's the time we grew up. We grew up when NSYNC was coming,
Well-
when NSYNC was popular. Backstreet Boys were popular.
I hated them when
Avril
I
was
hated
coming
them.
out and became popular.
I hated Backstreet Boys and NSYNC when they came out because all the girls were like, "Oh," I'm so like, "Yeah, these pretty boys, fuck them, I hate them." But like, I tell you, this Grand Theft Auto 5 is why I started liking NSYNC. Or was it Backstreet Boys? Who did I Want It That Way?
That's like
Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys.
Backstreet.
That's
Backstreet
Backstreet Boys.
GTA is why GTA 5 is why I like that song and why I started to listen to their music because it's on one of the radio channels and I would always put it on that pop channel for when it would play. We're doing like mass terrorist shit to like I Want It That Way, and it was just,
Doing it to Backstreet
Interesting.
Boys.
yeah. So I was like, oh, so
Well,
I'm
actually,
listening
if
to other stuff. I was like, this is cool.
Soundtrack to the apocalypse, right?
Well,
During,
of mine, Darnell mentioned one of them, and that's Avril for me. But it's the earlier stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The other one is I have been quite literally at work listening through the entire freaking catalog of Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, but I will say for Avril Lavigne, tonight I went to get my haircut at a local barber shop, and almost everyone working in there was black. And they started talking about shit, and they brought up Avril Lavigne, and they were all talking about how banging she was, and they liked her
Damn.
music. So you're not the only ones who like her music.
Yeah, she's a dick hair away from K-pop now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Cyvax, there was something funny about just like, flying a plane, dropping napalms to I Want It That Way. It was just something funny about it. It just made it hilarious to me. I was like, oh shit, I like this song now.
The only one of those that I know is the one. What's the one from Deadpool and Wolverine? Bye 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 or whatever.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
That one is that's.
I don't
insane.
know, and I don't know which group it is.
That one's
It's
insane.
insane.
That's
Yeah.
in sync.
Oh.
Yep.
Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River. Love it.
Okay.
Love
He
that.
was good in Trouble with the Curve. And
I
he
didn't see
also
that.
drove
I don't-
drove a convertible Buick Skylark, which was like my old muscle car, man.
I mean, I'll admit something. I do like to get out of the shower, stand in front of the mirror, and sing "Bringing Sexy Back." But
Actually, a song I never would have thought that I would like because it's not really my style much is Iron Mouse's "Cry for Me" that she performed at the streaming awards. That was it was really catchy and it stuck in my head. And I'm not normally I love anime, but I'm not normally a Japanese pop fan. But that was really good.
Now I was there for a while listening to Asian Kung Fu Generation, which is like they sound kind of like, what's a good way to put it? Japanese Weezer, but like good Weezer.
Yeah.
Like that's what they sound like, man. And it was like I'd be jamming on them motherfuckers because they that it sounds like it's just this real like raw guitar rock. And the dude he reminds me of like the Rivers Cuomo or whatever, the dude from Weezer. And it's like,
Yeah.
but you can't sing along with it because I have no fucking clue what he's saying. But it's like, I don't know, they got a couple of good albums, man. Really good stuff. And
if I tried to sing along, I'd be accused of like racism.
like one of the Naruto openings is one of their songs, and one of the Bleach openings is one of their songs too.
Okay, now we're gonna go around real quick, and well, I say we're gonna go around real quick, but we know how fast everyone gets through it. So it's discussion time. Favorite group. What is your favorite group? And it can be a couple. I mean, a lot of people don't have a single favorite.
Oh, I do.
I think.
Okay. Well, that being the case, Nate, you can kick us off with this.
Slayer.
So what about Slayer?
Easy. They're metal as fuck. As my uncle would put it. And dude, like Seasons of the Abyss is like one of my favorite Slayer albums of like ever. I could headbang to that fucking album all day.
Oh, dude.
Long, dude. Love Seasons of the Abyss. Skeletons of Society, dude. If you've never heard Skeletons of Society, oh, dude, it'll change your life. Check it out. In Flames. Yep. Love in Flames, Cyfax.
Now, Spirit in Black.
We're gonna do a little game. We're gonna do a little game to find out who's going next. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, not it. Okay.
Not it.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
Are we also raising hands too?
I guess Tiny's going.
No, I think it was Theo. I don't think he said anything.
Tiny never said. Tiny didn't say anything
what we were
either.
doing. I'll be honest.
I said it first, but I was
Pay
muted.
attention. Pay attention.
Stop editing your comedy. No,
I have to.
I know.
I have to multitask, people. I have a very
Give us
busy
1 hour of your week.
schedule.
So Theo,
Although
what is
I want to
what's
know
your
how his
favorite,
show went the other weekend.
Good. I got so I opened for kind of a regional headliner around here, and his response was, "Oh, I didn't know you were funny." And then he put me on his next 3 shows. He asked me to open for him. So,
Damn.
That is amazing.
yeah, and he literally was like, that was his response. He's like, "Oh, I've seen you around. I recognize the ponytail, but I didn't know you were like good at comedy." And he was had genuine surprise. Like he wasn't even trying to be mean. He
So
just
he
No,
literally he asked
that
you
is
to
a
be part of it originally
compliment.
for his face.
yeah. So
That's
so
a great
it was a
compliment.
Yeah, it was a good time. Well, because like, you know, if he actually wants to work with me, then he's not bullshit. Like that's very common in entertainment where people are just like, "Oh yeah, you were great, man, huge fan," and they shake your hand and you never fucking see him again because that's just what they say to people. But for him to actually like want to work with me and give me money is like that's pretty good. So,
Oh, I love that.
yeah, I'm happy. So it was a good thing I did it, I guess. But
Oh yeah, I would have been disappointed in you if you didn't.
yeah, so that's okay. All right, we just fucking Matt. Right. By the way, when you said favorite groups, I thought immediately I was like, I would say probably the Blacks and then British. I think would be my, but that's just clearly not what you meant. I was just thinking.
No. Again, the theme of tonight is music.
Okay.
Not
Well, they
races
make music,
you would
don't
date.
they?
Still then, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'll go to because it's like, you know, I go through phases in my life. Like
Fucking Slayer.
you know, I don't know. I'd say when I was an angsty teen who wanted to leave my rural community, I listened to
never.
everything Eminem on repeat. And then when I was in my fuckboy era, I was like bumping The Weeknd in my convertible, you know, because I like related to that music, you know.
So
and
you're
now
still in
You
that
also
phase?
couldn't feel your face, I bet.
yeah, for real though. Like, you know, I don't know. You know, now I've that's foul. That's foul.
Syfax guys, fucking, he's got some funny comments.
Yeah,
he's a funny
No,
dude.
Dude, here's the thing: Syfax drops some
is always
bangers in the
harsh.
chat. He does not fuck around when it comes to dropping comments in the chat, dude.
He's
Yeah.
funny. I've seen a bunch of his comments, and
This is the funniest one of all.
BLM
That's
fire.
not okay.
Oh,
All
man.
right, we're just.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to fight this guy. I'm gonna have to find this man and fight him. That's the only way for me to settle this. Like it's.
Well, at the moment, he's on an international tour, so you probably have to wait.
So is there?
Thank you for that, Tiny. Really appreciate it. Thank
Is there
you.
a
While I'm
backstory to-
huffing it around the
Mike?
Northwest in my Honda Accord, driving through 2 feet of snow to make $300 in Medford, Oregon, my most hated enemy is on an international tour. That's awesome. Thank you for telling me.
Wait. So there's Matt Rife, like beef and lore.
I hate
Not
him
really.
so
I mean,
much.
he hates him.
Oh,
I
okay.
Is that
hate-
actual?
I don't even
beef, or
know.
you just hate
See,
him?
I don't know who Matt Rife is, but I do know Theo Snodgrass. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. See, this is why I like having Sean on the show.
I don't
Every
know
time
Matt
I
Rife,
feel
so I'm
better.
like, oh, well, I don't get the joke.
It's just a trait of positivity. No.
Yeah,
I-
man. I've heard of Matt Rife, but I don't think I've ever. Is he the one that said that stuff at the rally that time, or was that somebody else?
I
That was
hope
somebody
so.
No,
else.
no, that was
No,
somebody
that was
else.
somebody else.
No.
Yeah,
Matt
never mind.
hasn't done any of the political.
Dude, I
rallies.
wanted to say some shit at a rally or something. God, that'd be
Iron-
Oh,
iron-
Yeah, he's,
All right.
what-
All right.
Yeah, that's what he's
All right,
famous for.
Gina, calm
We
down.
ban-
He's
we
famous
start
for
banning
being,
some of
he's
these
famous for being
people?
hot. That's what he's
Is
famous
this
for.
is
Very hot.
can we
Gina
just
is also
ban
from my
some of these
community.
people?
She gets a little carried away sometimes.
I'm
Hey,
always
Nate, I got that "World Needs a Hero" album cover there, so I saw that, sir.
Mhm.
You can't flash
Hey,
some Megadeth without me seeing it.
Oh, it's
So,
okay.
Sean, what is your
I
favorite?
got some more Megadeth right here.
I don't know if I really have a
Risk.
favorite. I'm kind of like I don't know. I'm like a dirty slut when it comes to music. I just kind of like whore myself around.
Well,
I
I
guess.
mean,
Although you know what I do find what I do
you
find
like
myself
everything, so.
doing, and it's probably because I'm at that age of near fossilization where I am now beginning to, and I always wondered, like growing up, I always wondered why people would listen to like the music from the 60s and the 70s. Why listen to that shit when there's music currently playing? Well, I find myself now doing that same thing. So I'm now doing a lot of reverting to the music back of my childhood. So believe it or not, that's like Limp Bizkit, that System of a Down, that's
Nice.
Korn, right? That kind of stuff. Foo Fighters, although I love the Foo Fighters, except I'm having a hard time separating the
I know
music from the
they
musician.
ruined it. He ruined it. They were one of my favorite bands ever,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
And then he did that, dude.
Like My
Yeah,
Hero is my favorite song because it's about fatherhood, and that
the
means
color
something to
and
me.
the shape is like is that is a 10 out of 10 album from start
Yeah,
to
but
finish.
Dave Grohl is such a
Dave
fucking
Grohl, yeah, man, and there's no need to it. And he's such a compared to 2002 Dave Grohl, and I've seen the clip where he's talking about paying for me. That was going around when he was sitting there when he was whining and virtue signaling about Trump playing My Hero when RFK Jr. came out there, and then they showed that interview with him. It was around the time that One by One came out, and he's talking about that stuff and like, oh, Dave Grohl, yeah, but like I'm like, what a fucking just why would you because he just like he would bring kids up on the stage to play songs, man. He'd bring people up to play like Monkey Wrench. He'd get them out of the audience, get them to come up and play.
Amazing song too. And Incubus, like, yeah. So I find myself going back to my youth, and I don't know why. I'm just old now, I think.
And there's nothing good out there.
By the way,
He's saying
I
this
said-
about you, Cyfax. I mean,
I said-
Sean, he's saying this about you.
Yeah.
By the way, I said Slayer was my favorite band. This is my
Can't take it
favorite
back, too
album
late.
of all time right here.
Operation
Oh,
Mindcrime.
you already had your turn. So you're adding. Got it.
He doesn't know what Operation Ivy is.
Operation Mindcrime. son, by
Operation
Quizmaster.
Mindcrime, man.
Oh, sorry.
If I was trapped on an island doomed to die and I could listen to one album for the rest of my days, it would be this one.
Okay, well, here's my question.
There was, I
How-
listened to
if you're
that
on a
album
desert
for a couple
island,
years straight,
how are you
man.
going to listen to it with no power? Anyway,
That is a good question.
say, yeah.
How about you not be a dick?
Dude, man, just
He's
watch
gonna
it,
find
man.
running water, and then he's gonna build a fucking wheel that spins with the water and generate electricity, and then
Yeah,
he's
man.
gonna somehow fashion out of
CD player.
trees
Coconuts,
and
man.
leaves
Like the
and-
professor. You just need
Let's
some
just say
coconuts
if I
and
was
trees
strapped
and
on an
shit,
island
you
with
can
a
make a battery and a
With a chicken wire and his mom's vibrator and shit.
If I was
Yeah,
trapped
man.
on an island with a portable CD player and this is all
what
I
you
could
did
listen
there.
to, I would be completely fine with that.
Tiny, what is your favorite group? And again, we're talking about music.
I understood that, unlike Theo. But I'm kind of like Sean. I'm pretty eclectic. I like so much different types of music. It's hard for me to think of one particular favorite group. I've been thinking about it since you asked the question, and it's very hard for me to pick just one group. I really don't know. I guess if it was something that I'd want to listen to consistently, like forever, maybe Hammerfall.
Oh, hell yeah. Tiny speaking my language.
Or
right
it would be Hammerfall, or it would be Indian music that you guys wouldn't know about.
at the end
I
of the
love
rainbow.
that. I love
Lots
their.
of
I
sitar.
love their head of oh, wrong Indian. Anyway, Darnell, what's your
Oh.
favorite group?
Real Big Fish.
Right.
What's that up?
I'm
Hey.
a ska guy. I actually a buddy of mine gave me that's an album, but gave me that CD, turned the radio off, and he said he knew, it was my senior year in high school. He knew the dark path I was on, and he said, you need to listen to this. I played trumpet in the marching band.
Nice.
I also
You need
played
to listen to
trumpet.
this. I know.
Yeah, we figured
So-
out you guys are actually twins separated by a border.
I still have my mouthpiece next to me. That I'll practice on it when I'm watching TV.
Cool.
And
Wonder
he
World.
said,
Put your lips on it and blow.
That's
Yeah.
what it does.
No
so
wonder
he
Pack likes blowing whistles.
exactly. I was ready to take the easy way out, and my buddy goes, here. Yes, it does.
Nice.
It does. He gave it to me. Said, you need to listen to this. So we get on the bus. We're going to a football game. Fans going to be performing. We get in the bus. I had a little Walkman Discman. Put it in. Hit play. First note. I was in love. I was like, I want to live. I want to fucking live forever now. And like, for real, like since then, like I want to live forever. I would take body parts. I would replace body parts to let me live forever.
Oh my god, are you
Because
going to
of
be
that
like
album.
50% pig one day?
I wanted to go to Europe when they were doing the turbine instead of your heart. Replace your heart with a turbine.
Oh my god,
They
you're
were
going to be Iron
looking for
Man.
people. I wanted that so bad. You never have to worry about doing cardio. You never have a pulse. It lasts 200 years. What's not to love about that?
If you don't, well, the fact that if you don't have a
Yeah,
pulse,
if you can't do cardio, that's no good.
You don't
your
need to.
erection
You don't
game
need
might
to.
suffer.
Yeah, I want to though. It's
If
fun.
you don't have a pulse, your erection game is going to suffer.
Unless it happens before
It already
you
does.
expire, so then it's
Oh,
always
fuck. God
kidding.
damn. Nate, what the fuck did I tell you?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Stop bumming me out. My life is cool, and you're making me feel sad. I don't like to feel sad. That's got to go in my
Don't
feelings
let
jar
me.
now.
Don't let me
You
make you
gave me
feel sad.
your
Jen.
shitty feelings, and they should be in your jar. Now they're in my jar.
I'm doing my job. Someone's got to bring you back.
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
wanna
throw
know-
rocks at you
Hey,
if
you
you
want to
don't
know going
stop
forward
talking
on the
about
show? We're gonna have
feelings and shit.
a bummer jar.
Cool.
If anyone feels bummered, then they're going to have to put $1 into the jar. Well, I would say pennies, but pennies are going away in America. Anyway,
Who gets the money from the jar?
Me.
we'll have a big party in Las Vegas
Well,
with the money.
Someone's gonna pay for my therapy, so I guess it should go to me.
God damn, dude.
That's a
That's
dollar
what
in
I'm
the
talking
jar.
about.
Anyway,
It's that
okay,
shit
so
right
my
there.
You know what?
favorite.
You know what should happen with this money in the jar? It should be all pulled together. Then everybody goes and then buys Eeyore a new tail, so he'll cheer up.
Yeah. Or we got
Okay, now
thank
it's
you for letting
time
me
for
go.
my favorites.
out.
So
Emerald, what's your
my
favorite band?
favorites- the thing is my favorite bands
Album.
change over time, and a lot of times, what ends up them dropping off of my favorites is because they have to open their fucking mouths.
Yes.
So, examples: Green Day,
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Used to love Green Day.
Foo Fighters.
yeah.
This one, not. I mean, this one they had some really good songs, especially their early stuff. Offspring.
Oh yeah.
So many of my groups that I have liked over the years, it's the inability to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
They come out, they say something, and I'm like, I just can't separate anymore them from their music, especially in the case of like Foo Fighters. One of their entire albums was a protest album against Trump. You actually got to listen to it. The Concrete and Gold.
Oh
If you
yeah,
listen to the
Concrete and
lyrics and
Gold
you
is
listen to it,
garbage.
yeah, it was against the Trump
Yeah, of
administration,
course
his
it
first year, first Trump administration.
Yep. And
So-
there's like one cool song on there, I think. Arrows.
Yeah.
The rest of it is kind of the rest of it is kind of like ass. Except for the fact that like Run, because after I got my hip replacement and was able to start back running or jogging, I was like, that song kind of got me fired up for a little bit.
I out of the Foo Fighters songs, especially more their modern ones, I do like their Fading Light album. From start to finish.
Wasting Light.
Yeah.
Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace was the one that like was just like that one was another like masterpiece, dude.
That was fantastic. But they're Hawkins, their drummer. Didn't he have a heart attack?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Drug-induced heart attack. Drug-induced
A
heart attack.
out of the blue.
Yeah, I know exactly, man.
During a time when people were having heart attacks out of the blue because of climate change.
Yeah, he was on drugs, man. But
yeah,
like,
he had a big cocktail of drugs in him.
But you can't, man. When you throw in the sauce, man, when you throw that in there, dude, it's gonna up your chances of that, especially, man, you know, when you've been doing drugs for years and years and years and years and years, and all of a sudden you go in there and then the myocarditis is like, oh, I'm out.
Well, the thing is this was not except for he unfortunately did successfully OD this time around. He had overdosed many, many, many years earlier when they were on tour overseas. So, but he's had a long time. And the thing is that he gave up a very successful drumming career with what artist? Where did Taylor Hawkins first start drumming? What major singer was he the drummer for before going to Foo Fighters?
Was he Alanis Morissette or something?
Sean got it. Yep, Alanis Morissette.
And I don't even do trivia. Fuck you guys.
You know their first album, Dave Grohl did the whole album.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That well, yeah, because I mean, to hear the story about his first album, I mean, it's really good.
He cut that one guy right out, and I feel bad for him.
Good Grief is one of the best songs they've ever done. It's on that album, or one, you know. That album, man, like that was the 90s. It was like X-Files and Foo Fighters, man, like late 90s.
And then on top of that, and this was another thing that the Foo Fighters did do with their music videos is they didn't take themselves too seriously.
No, they were all
so like Big Me doing a freaking Mentos commercial.
Yeah.
You know, Dave Grohl told me personally a story about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I was at a concert, and so it was like he was talking to me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So anyway, so it was. He said that doing that Big Me commercial was like the biggest mistake of his life, because every time they would, from that moment on, even still like to this fucking day, They can't do that song anymore because immediately, the moment they play that first fucking chord, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, 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 fucking Mentos that comes flying, and it becomes, they're like weapons, and they're passing God knows how many fucking miles an hour to get smoked in the face by a pack of Mentos. So like, no, we had to stop doing it. And then he was like, listen, we did it. We stopped it for a really, really long time. And then they stopped asking us. Everyone just knew that we weren't going to do it anymore. So then one night we decided we were going to secretly do it. Then what happened? And we played that first fucking chord, and whoa, a thing of Mentos comes up. I wasn't expecting him to be right in the face. No more. And then it was actually funny. And then he started talking about how he loves to drink Canadian beer. And I'm like, I can respect that. But then he had to go fucking all loopy.
Yeah, he alienated so many people. So
I think it's so hilarious how bands will do that. Like, I love Canadian beer, and then they're gone. They're gone. Then they're going that night. They go to the next town, and then you think, oh yeah, they really like what they said they like. I went to see Real Big Fish like 3 nights in a row, and like I knew this already, but to see it in action was like surreal. So I went to see them in Houston, and so like the singers play, and he brought up, like, this in Houston crowds are the best crowds ever, and like he said as his spiel, and I'm like, oh, okay. Next I saw him in New Orleans, and said the same thing about New Orleans crowds. I'm like, oh, okay. And I saw him again in Florida the next night, and same thing there. It's like, oh, like I knew bands did that, but to actually see it was funny. Like one time they did a show in New Orleans. And they talked about I forgot what the lead singer ate. He's a vegan now, but he was eating a vegetarian. He was eating something, and he talked about it's the best food he ever ate. And then I saw them like 6 months later in Texas again, and he said something about that food, about one of their main dishes in that town.
Yeah. So in other words, what actually is more real life is This Is Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Oh, so before we get into the next round of questions,
not even going to ask.
What do you got, Diesel? Oh, we didn't. Oh, I apologize, Diesel. I thought you were one of the first ones. I apologize.
No, I was just talking on everybody else's stuff because I got tired of waiting, man.
Diesel, what you got? What is your favorite group?
And I kind of realized this the other day and knew this when I looked through, because like I got an old car. And it's got a CD player. So I looked through the stack of the CDs. Most of them are like burned CDs. I guess got stacks of them and stuff. I looked at, and I was looking through it, and I realized that I had every single Megadeth CD in there, and that I've listened to every single one of them. I have some that are my favorite, and it had to be Megadeth. That's one dude who he's always been based and all that. He's a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, man. And Christian too, and he won't like he won't tour with any openly satanic bands or anything like that. And I don't know. And their last album they did like a couple of years ago is actually really, really good, considering like dude's in his he's like 60 something now and he's still rocking. But like, yeah, Megadeth is freaking. And I saw them in 1993 open for Aerosmith, man. Megadeth open for Aerosmith in Birmingham, and like they gave them like this little small section of the stage, but because it was like Countdown to Extinction had come out, so I was like sitting there like jamming out and everything, and then like Dave was just like, yeah, I think this is our last night with these guys. This is not really our crowd, except for you guys. You guys are fucking cool, and we're yeah. But and they got fired or left the tour. That was like the last night was that night. But yeah, man, they're dope. Also, Nate, Spirit in Black, man.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
The third song off that, man. Yeah, since you said Seasons in the Abyss, I had to hear that. So
yeah, I agree. Well, that entire album's just badass.
So before we get into the next segment where we try to justify the revival of the format of 8-track, Darnell has the segment sponsor.
This previous segment was brought to you
Nice.
Okay.
Wrong button.
Yeah, clearly.
Try that
Let me know
again.
when you're
Take
ready.
2.
All right. This is the previous segment was brought to you by Generic Thermal Jug. When you need something cold or just want to take some hot soup to work that you can just drink, Generic Thermal Jug.
Is that Darth
Thank
Vader?
you.
Is that a poster of Darth Vader taking a dump behind you?
Yes, that is.
Sure is. Yep.
Don't we just call
Yep.
that a thermos? It's not a thermos.
Well, we can't use that because it's a brand name.
Yeah.
We can't use brand names.
Oh,
I did not
touche.
realize Thermos was a
Touche.
brand name.
It is a
We
brand
don't-
name.
I used the brand name a few weeks ago and we got cease and desist letters.
Like Zamboni's a brand name and not an actual thing.
Correct.
Right.
I
Just
have to
like
call it an ice resurfacing machine.
just like all
Yeah.
jacuzzis are hot tubs, but not all hot tubs are jacuzzis.
Right? Or a lazy boy.
Or Kleenex.
Yeah.
Right.
Kleenex is another one.
Or a Band-Aid. It
Q-tip.
is
Yeah.
a adhesive strip.
Yep.
Yeah, although man, don't ever buy them generic Q-tips. Those pieces of shit ain't worth. It's like sticking a stick right in your ear. That little cotton tip. It's just decoration. As soon as you use those cheap ones, you put it in there. It's like, what the fuck? I just put a stick
They
in my ear.
specifically say on the box, do not put in your
It's
ears.
true.
What
Yep.
the hell you have them
Yeah,
for then?
but
What
yeah,
are you
know,
that's
COVID
right.
masks
That's
Said
bullshit.
not for COVID,
because
and we
what?
still use them.
No one buys them for anything else.
man?
Hey, Diesel.
I use them for epoxy work. I use them for epoxy work.
yeah,
I know
that-
people use them for the epoxy work, and also you use them to clean paintings and stuff.
And
Right.
electronics.
Hey
Weed
Nate,
pipes.
is that the 2004 remaster?
I would trust my I would trust my uncle enough to probably say no, it's not.
The 2004 remaster.
Okay, so
is
now we're going to we're have a little
has
fun and try to justify. I'm trying to figure out why he's so excited. I don't know.
I don't know. This is
So in fact, his comment.
Oh.
It's a basketball reference.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we're going to justify the return of the 8-track.
What?
Before we can do that,
Yeah,
can
no
I
one can.
just
Got
add
it. Yeah,
another
that's what I
band.
thought. There is no justification to bring back the 8-track.
Hell no, those things were pieces of shit. My dad had one, and you always had to listen to them crap, man. It was like you had 4 channels. It was like some kind of nightmare fuel, man. It was like you had 4 channels on that thing, and somehow they split the songs on an album onto this fucking cartridge. It was like the size of a Neo Geo cartridge. You stick it in there, and you press the button, and it sounded like ass, because it's like an analog recording. That's why I don't like people that are just like wanting to watch VHS tapes and listen to like cassette tapes. I'm like, why the fuck would you want to listen or watch? It's trash, man. But 8 tracks, 8 tracks are garbage, man. You'd always have to listen through stuff, man. No fast forward, no rewinding. It was
But there was no need to flip them like cassettes.
Yeah, they had the automatic turnaround on it.
8 tracks played in a continuous loop, making them low maintenance for casual listening. And there's your justification.
I guess if you wanted to listen, yeah, man. Well, if you want to listen to, I'll listen to the whole album anyway. So,
That's what I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got to get up, go to your hi-fi system, push the button, get the eject the cassette, turn it around, put it back in, and push play again. With an 8-track, it's just continuous.
or
That's
you
how I
could,
know.
you could put pennies and metal shit in your dad's 8-track like me and my brother did, man. Like,
Yep.
This is how I know I'm the youngest one here. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about.
So then
The
you have no
8-track
idea what
was
cassette
a
and a pencil have in common.
tape-based cartridge that played music
Oh,
on
fuck,
a
I don't have
loop.
them.
before,
I have a bunch in my
Yeah.
garage. So I had that stereo that was like 3 feet tall speakers.
oh
In
yeah,
the middle was
dude.
3 feet tall with the 2 glass doors.
Oh yeah.
I had
Oh,
the record
man, that
player.
was-
I had the record player, AM/FM dial, cassette player, and 8-track player. I had that. I left it in
Dude.
Houston when I left college to come back. I couldn't fit it into my U-Haul, so I had to leave it.
Dude, that was like the shit back in the day, man.
It was
That
it was my
like-
gift. It was my grandparents' gift to my mom and dad when they got married, and I had to leave it in Houston.
I bet it weighed a metric fucking
It
ton
was
too.
heavy as shit. Heavy,
Oh, yeah.
almost heavy in my car.
Being I know how old we are, I guarantee you it's probably vacuum tube. Anyway,
It feels so good to
Yup.
be the youngest.
You don't know what you missed out on, Nate.
vacuum tubes were the precursor to a semiconductor chip. Okay, so we would heat it up, and it's essentially a light bulb.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
like a tube amp, man. Like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
You know, computers used to be ran by light bulbs.
And they also had a.
That is true. They were run by light bulbs.
They
ever
must
seen
be
that?
the size of a room.
Yep.
Yeah, you ever
Yeah.
seen that picture where it's like what a home computer would look like in the future, and it's got that guy in the lab coat, and he's standing in front of that fucking wall of shit, and there's a steering wheel on it, man. It's like that's a hard drive you actually have to drive. It's got a steering wheel on it, man.
Was it actually a
Yeah.
wall of shit?
Oh, dude,
That's
I'll
awesome.
find that picture. It's a man standing in front of this giant wall of bullshit. And it's like it's supposed to be a computer. It's hilarious.
I will say some of the best amplifiers out there are tube ran.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what everybody, like a lot of the people are, a lot of them want, rock guys and stuff want to get that, man. Let me see here. Let me find out.
I just want to
So
say
again,
Alexis
the
on
virtue-
Fire is
the-
another great band. Alexis on Fire.
Now,
Maybe
the
you guys
one-
know Dallas Green.
I don't know Dallas Green.
Okay, well he was the.
I know
he was-
Dallas Brass.
Oh.
Iced Earth.
I also
Ice
know
Earth is
Canadian
great.
Brass.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
I thought you guys would have. I thought you guys would have for sure known Alexis on Fire. It is another Canadian band, but it's very.
I probably have heard one of their at least one of their songs, but just couldn't put two and two together on that one.
Oh, okay.
It sounds very familiar.
Here you
Like
go.
It has a song called like. No,
Yeah. You
Oh,
do
wait
it.
a second.
Are you going to sign up for the newsletter?
Yeah, that.
Look at all that bullshit, man.
Ah, look
That
at
was a
that. Now
computer.
that's the wave of the future right there. That
No,
right
man,
there.
look at that 13-inch
Precursor
TV
AI.
over there.
I know. That's what
Motherfucker.
AI is running on right now.
He's standing. Why does he look like he's standing next to a nuclear reactor?
Because
Yeah,
it
and
looks like,
the
man.
steering wheel, man. You got to drive it.
No, it's not a steering wheel, but it feels like one.
Yes, but in Mother Russia, computers drive you.
Yeah, man. Look at that fast dot matrix printer. It'd be sitting
Yeah.
there screeching out like noise for like a half hour and to make like 5 lines.
but that's only doing like really simple calculations.
It's just a
That's not doing simple
Titanic
math.
control room.
Yeah, that's no, man.
Places
was-
like RAN, they literally wouldn't waste the power of the computers to do low level calculations, so they were actually still hiring human computers because my grandmother was one. That's where she met my grandfather at RAN, and
She's a
because she
cyborg?
was a computer, so she had a
Mm.
degree in physics. She was one of the first women to get a degree in physics from University of North Carolina, I think it was, and it was during the war, so women could get into classes they couldn't normally get into. And it was her and one other woman in her physics class. And the professor looked at them and said, "Don't worry, ladies. Learning physics will help you be better housewives."
So you want to know? So
Awesome.
overall, I'm looking at this image, and it reminds me, and I had a flashback from a previous life when I actually worked in a facility that had that. And it was really odd because I was working with this woman, and she's sitting there holding onto those handles, and I heard her just all of a sudden say, "Jesus, take the wheel." and then it dawned on me where she rebirthed that.
Look at all those gauges, man. It's like a submarine. You're looking at a fucking submarine.
I don't think a nuclear sub has that many gauges.
I know, man.
Wait,
Airplanes don't have that, man. The SR-71 didn't have that much shit.
Wait a minute. Is
No,
that
you
how
wanna know
the
what? Maybe certain disasters wouldn't have happened if they had enough gauges.
So
Telling you, man.
I need to step in here. We have a picture sent in by a viewer
Uh-oh.
that they found this hidden on the internet.
Uh-oh.
Is it Is it a letter confirming your reservation at the Nut House?
Man,
Hell
look
yeah.
how happy he is to play that intro. dude.
I know. I fucking hate it.
Because they had
Actually-
great sound quality for the era.
Yeah.
You
It
look
did.
you look like you're going to a Hank Williams Jr. concert, man.
He
with the
does.
hat, yeah, man, and the glasses and shit, man. All you need is like,
Somebody.
Who?
Did
Oh, Darnell.
leave? Where'd he go?
Darnell. I'm like, who did just
I hope
drop
his
out? What?
computer didn't
Oh,
crash
Darnell.
like mine.
When he comes back, he'll jump back in.
Well,
Okay, so
He can have he has internet problems sometimes. Wouldn't surprise
yeah,
me.
he does.
like I said at my uncle's funeral. Well, bye.
Yeah.
So misinterpreted songs.
Darnell
right
has
now
crayfish on a wheel generating the internet down there in Louisiana. Yeah.
He's working off of that computer that we just saw the image of.
Yeah, man. About 200 or 300
There
of
he
those
is.
gauges were pointing in the red.
Yeah,
Hey,
they were in the
Darnell,
red,
how
and
was
they
your-
were telling him, "Hey, well, I'm overheating. You better turn my wheel a little
Dude,
bit."
you should have
And
checked
just
out
like
gauge
wiggling off and a little bit back
A3
and forth.
through J12.
I clicked the wrong button.
How was your trip back in time to the control room of the Titanic? Was it
It
a
was
memorable
nice.
experience for you?
Oh yeah, well, it was nice.
Did
And
you
the-
tell
Okay,
Jack
so-
and Rose to knock it the fuck off in the car?
No, I was taking pictures. I had my phone. I was like, yeah.
So going
Show
into
it,
songs that are
Rose.
misinterpreted, a lot of songs throughout history have been misinterpreted of their meaning, or the
Look at
artist
this
meant a certain meaning
photograph.
to it, but other people took it a different way. And in this case, it's a Carrie Underwood song that I think people are completely misunderstanding.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Is
Where's
it the
this
one
going?
where she
The-
keys? The only one I know is like where she keys a dude's.
Yes,
truck.
that is the song.
Before
It's
he
before he cheats. Now the thing is that let me look at it from a different perspective. Is it possible if you listen to the lyrics, she is actually a crazy ex-girlfriend that just happens to see her ex-boyfriend on a date with a new girlfriend and she's fucking psycho?
I think that's
My-
more
my
more than
fiance
like
hated
Yeah,
that
but-
song.
But you think anybody's gonna hear that song? Any crazy chick is gonna hear that? They're gonna be like, "Yeah," and go key some trucks. They're not gonna be thinking about deeper meaning with that, man.
my
Or-
my ex-fiance's attitude, it was nothing but bad behavior.
Now,
He couldn't
one
stand
that is
song.
okay. So another interpretation. Okay, it's a song that I'm not going to put all women love, but a high female population does like, and that's "Lips of an Angel."
Ugh.
That is a
song
bad
so
song and a
horrific
very
if you listen
bad
to the words
message.
correctly. Yeah, that is a horrible message. Horrible song.
What song is it?
Lips of an
It's-
angel.
Lips of an Angel.
Oh, I was thinking about the one that they always, where you're trying to adopt a fucking cat that's got a pencil in his head. In the arms of an angel.
Oh, it's Sarah McLaughlin.
Yeah, man, would always show us like a dog missing half his face.
That
or
would have
something.
pencil in his head.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Patrice O'Neill said that way back in the day, man. There's a pencil
Yes.
sticking
remembering
out
that.
of his head.
So when women listen to Lips of an Angel, they're the one getting picked. They're not the one getting cheated on. So it's fine. They don't care if another woman
No.
gets fucked over as long as they get the man.
No.
They don't
That's
care at all.
because women are
Most women don't
mean
under
as
most
hell.
women don't pay attention to the specific lyrics and even realize that's what the song's about.
Well, no, but they do. They just don't care because they're getting picked.
well, you know
They're the girl
what the
getting
worst
picked.
thing
Yeah.
that ever happened to a woman was? Another woman.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. I always thought like, see, I had a few girl roommates, and let me tell you something, man. The idea I had in my head was far removed from the actual reality of the situation, man. Like I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just
Like,
like,
you're
man,
like,
it's gonna be. I was like, you can just see the thought bubble coming out of my head and stuff, and I was just picturing, yeah, I'm gonna come back drunk, and it's gonna be, oh shit, it's gonna be a pillow fight in the living room, yay. Nah, come
Because
back
that's the
drunk
dumbest
and there's
thing I've
like
ever
10
heard.
other dudes,
I've
no
heard
other
that so
chicks
often.
there because most all these girls I know like hate other women. I can't stand other women. Like I'd much rather hang out with guys. Oh, that's just
Yeah.
not. It's lovely. What a fuck, and you're a slob too. Why the hell
Yeah.
did I move in
Sort of-
here, man?
I'm gonna
hot
get a
dog kinda
female
always.
roommate because that way I always come home and dinner's cooked.
Okay,
Anyway,
I can go. You guys can keep bitching on girls and ripping apart and saying stupid shit that's wrong, but I can go if that would make you prefer.
no.
I was just
That
talking
would
about
make you
my
happy.
roommate. I haven't
I
lived
didn't
with
say
you yet
anything.
to find out if you're crazy too. You know.
Yeah, don't cave to the emotional terrorism. Don't do that.
Honey, why
Don't
can't we do that
cave.
and you stay?
Did she just
Don't
leave?
cave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
Don't cave. Don't do it. Don't
Tiny,
look
get out.
guilty.
Come back here. I know
Stop
you're
it.
like
This is how they win. Stop it.
So the other one that is another song that's been misinterpreted that you kind of question going, this is not a good song either. And it's the Pina Colada song. That's a husband and wife that are literally using personal ads to cheat on each other. But in the end, the resolve is that they're responding to their own ads.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
dude.
responding to her. She's responding to his.
Wait, is that the song from the Guardians of the Galaxy?
If you
Yeah.
like Pina Colada.
Is that
Yeah,
what that's
no,
about?
it's literally a husband
Yeah,
and wife
God,
that
it's
are
a
stepping out on each other and are then quite literally
With each other.
responding to personal ads to each other.
If you like making love at
Crazy.
midnight.
Hold on. This one too.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, Jay
And
knows his stuff.
especially when you saw how big what's her name Ann Wilson was, it was just like I don't want to make love. Oh man, you need to
But
lose
there's,
by
I mean,
200 pounds.
in the air. Okay, Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Leave
That's
Phil
another
Collins
one that gets
alone.
misinterpreted.
Not about a guy drowning.
Leave
Not
Phil
about a
Collins
guy
It's
drowning.
not
Not about a
about
guy drowning.
anything, man. But you
I
know
will
what? That
fight.
song is the best scene in Miami Vice, man.
Oh no, it's a great song, especially that that when it finally gets to that drums. I mean, those are icon. That's an iconic drum solo.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it
the
was-
song's about anything, man. I
You know
think
what's a crazy one? This is "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. They play that shit at weddings, and it's literally a breakup song.
Yep.
That's
There
crazy.
it
Can I
is.
tell you?
Okay,
can I tell you guys an off the
since
wall
Sean
one?
is so good with, since Sean's been really good with the trivia, who actually is the original singer of that song?
How the fuck would I know?
Prince.
Dolly Parton.
No, not
Yep.
Prince. Dolly
Yep.
Parton. That's right.
Yep.
Prince was the Sinead O'Connor one. My bad.
Yep.
Yep, Sinead O'Connor.
Nothing
The Sinead
Compares
O'Connor
to You.
covered "Nothing Compares to You," and it was actually a Prince song originally.
Okay, here's
See?
an off the wall one. The Macarena. Most
Oh yeah, that's another
misunderstood-
one.
I have no
Most
idea what they're
understood one of all fucking time, because why on God's green earth do you have fucking school children? I did this in school, and I know fucking
Yeah,
teachers
I
still-
did too.
Jim pulls
Kindergarten.
up, and they all do the fucking Macarena dance. I'm like, oh yeah, you're dancing and singing a song about a woman stepping out on her partner, where she's fucking his friends and she's fucking everybody in
Wait,
the entire
wait.
city.
Wait,
Wait,
that's
actually,
what Macarena
yeah,
is
wait a
about?
second.
That is
And
actually
literally
the
comes
meaning of the
dripping out of her, and
Macarena.
she's like, what are
Wait.
you gonna do?
Wow.
There's words to that song other than Macarena.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it's fucking.
We
It is
also
a
did in middle school,
heartbreaking
but I don't
song.
remember.
They used to be this crazy retard in my hometown, man. They used to ride around every he used to man, every small rural town has like your town retard or a few of them that'll walk around. This dude
Darnell?
used to ride his bicycle, man, and like he could keep up with cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He used to have this giant 80s boom box, and he'd be playing. You could hear it way off in the distance. It would be like,
So wait, he's radio.
You could hear
so
it
this
coming
guy-
around, and dude would be coming by on his bike.
You can hear him
So this
coming.
guy
Yeah.
was radio.
Yeah, man. It was like his theme song.
That's crazy.
That's
Our guy on the bike couldn't speak because he had snitched on somebody and they poured bleach down in his mouth, so it killed Detroit's vocal cords.
Wait,
So
did
he,
you say
like-
he stat or sniffed? What'd you
He
say?
snitched. He snitched.
Snitch.
He snitched on his brother, and they poured some bleach down his throat, and so he would talk. He'd sound like he was deaf when he talked, but you
Like that.
knew when he was coming. Especially if you were a cop, if you were a cop and he was coming, you knew you wouldn't get away for an hour because he would talk to you for an hour.
You'll never see me coming. Anyway,
man, that's a fucking story.
Yeah.
or
that was dark.
what I don't like is when artists backtrack on the meaning of a song, though. Come on, John Lennon.
Mhm.
Losing the Sky with Diamonds is about LSD. Come on.
No, it's not. No.
It was. Oh no! It's about a picture that his son Julian had drawn and said, "This is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds."
John
Bohemian?
Yeah.
What's
wrong with you?
What's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen about?
Nothing.
No, it's not about anything.
It's
So you
about
wanna
a
know an
man-
interesting fact?
about a guy just killed a man. Put a
Put
gun
a gun
against
up to
his
his
head.
head,
Pulled the trigger.
pulled
Now
the
it's
trigger, now
dead.
it's
I
dead.
mean,
I love Bohemian Rhapsody. Don't ruin this.
You guys
for
want to know
me.
an interesting fact? It's not really. Is it trivia related? Probably not. It's just an interesting fact because I'm a retard like that. That
That's
song
what trivia
almost
is.
that song almost never existed
Really?
because it was so complicated the way that
And so long.
they recorded and re-recorded and edited and re-edited. They did it so much that by the time they were done, that the tape, you know how it's like that fucking like dark kind of like brown black kind of color, it was actually clear and almost and they only had a
Almost
couple
unusable.
more. They almost had a couple more goes left to like fucking copy it. The
Mhm.
thing almost snapped and that song was almost gone forever and almost never even existed. And that would have been a fucking tragedy.
Yeah, we used to have Queen's greatest hits, man, that was on Elektra Records. If we still had the album and it wasn't beat to hell and back, it would have been worth some money, man, because they quit. Somehow there was a conflict of interest or something or another and didn't own the rights to it or something. So that greatest hits compilation would never be put together like that again after that. But we used to have that, man. My brother and I used to listen to that thing. I mean, it
goes. I mean, well, the whole point you're talking about that too. The whole point too is it was kind of brought up earlier. The different pressings. She might be having computer problems because that's now. At any rate, it may be like you have records in different areas that were pressed differently, and the sound quality changes between it. So you could have an album that sounded really good in Europe that sucked in America, or really good sounding in America but sucked in the UK.
which is why analog blows compared to digital. And I don't care what anybody says, man. I'm fucking take the vinyl and throw that shit in the dumpster, man. Like breathe on it wrong and it skips. Sorry. I'm just like when CDs and DVDs came out, I'd like take every one of those VHS tapes and launch them into the sun because them bitches sucked, man.
Well, it's unfortunate you got rid of all your VHS because I know someone that would have bought them at a premium.
No, I didn't really have. No, I actually have. If you know anybody that wants to buy almost the entire first half of the Dragon Ball Z Boo saga on VHS,
talk to Arza. Talk to Arza.
Yeah, Arza.
Yeah, I've got like stack. When I was going through my old place, I've got a stack of these things, and man, they are heavy as hell too.
Well,
router died. Yep, kind of figured. Okay, so
you got
like
some.
Turnig.
You got some freaking. You got. I need to come over there and do tech support for you sometime, man, and hook your computer up. Put you a program on there that will get any and all spyware, viruses, and everything. Trust me, man. I got some shit. You could go to every shady, awful porn site on the web, and I can hook you up with it, man, and never get any computer STDs, dude. It'll clean off everything, man.
Are you going to these dark, shady places?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, you really should watch where you're sticking your ports.
All of them, just about it, man.
Always make sure whatever you're inserting is clean.
Dude.
Pro tip, computer pro tip. And with computer pro tips also comes this evening's sponsor. This evening's sponsor is brought to you by, yep, that's right, Bendy Fun Twist Ties. Because you want to know what? Wire management and cord management is very important, especially on computer builds. And we would have a mess of cords nowadays inside our computer with all the lights and all of the other cords. I mean, they tried to make computers simple. We want to make them pretty with twist ties. And they're all over the place, and you can get them for free, and they're great. So remember, thank you to this sponsor for this evening, the twist tie.
I used one of those today for cable management, actually. That's a fact.
I could probably use that's probably when my computer died earlier, man.
Hey, twist ties. Hey, you want to know what? Again, Twist ties are very important. It's very hard to see because I had to pick a black one. There we go.
Why
There's
it's
the
gotta be
twist
black?
tie. Remember.
Why it's got to be
Wait,
black?
no, Darnell, you went there yourself.
I picked a white one and it was very long. I'm just saying.
The white one's
I'm not
just
gonna
as long
comment
and
on the
girthy
length.
as the black one.
Well, I mean, that was just I happened to find just laying about.
Without a job or anything. It was just laying there.
He was just laying there.
Yeah,
It wasn't doing anything, and I figured
You
you want to know
lazy
what?
fuck.
It's time for it to be a sponsor.
Yeah, it was collecting government checks.
You're like, I'm going to put you to work, pal.
This will keep Elon from taking your money. Okay, so now we're gonna go around the horn, and we're gonna do outros. We will start at the bottom. Tiny but fierce. What you got coming up?
Well, buying a new router, obviously. It's 5 years old. I should expect it to be crappy.
Uh-huh.
But here I am here every single Friday. It's one of my favorite times of the week. I am also this week. I will be on Mr. Burger's show at 11:50 Pacific time, I believe, and as a guest. And you can come and watch and laugh at me as I screw up all of the information because I can never remember the right names, even if I remember the right song. Tomorrow during the afternoon, which I believe is 3:00 Pacific, Nate.
It's 6:30 p.m. EST.
So it's 3:30 Pacific.
3:30.
I
Yeah.
will be playing D&D on Nate's channel. We have a lot of fun. We're playing Curse of Strahd. Tomorrow is also Strider's birthday, so we're all going to have a lot of extra fun. Sunday, finally, my new show is starting up again. So it's Pop Culture Patriots at 4:00 Pacific on either Horny Alf or Drew the Outstandings channel. And I think that's everything. That's a big, busy weekend.
Yeah, you got a lot on your plate, girl.
In March, I'm going to be on Arthur Nick's channel, I think the 5th. And a couple other people have been talking to me. I still don't have my own channel, but I'm happy to show up as a guest on other people's. Just send me a DM and talk to me about a time. That's it.
Okay, Diesel, what do you got coming up?
Absolutely nothing.
Base.
Well, in that case,
That's
we're gonna have
easy.
you back on the show.
You need to
Cool.
remember.
Yeah. I don't know. Last time I streamed was with Sevi last month. I don't know. I have no. Yeah.
I love it.
Excellent. Nate, what do you got coming up?
Well, obviously, Tiny just said D&D Curse of Strahd tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. EST is going to be episode 16. We're still not at the halfway mark for this campaign, but that does not stop the fun train from rolling. We're going to keep going until I say it's done or until everybody pisses off Strahd and they all just fucking die. I don't know. That could very well happen. Working on some videos. I made a thumbnail for a video I got coming up. I'm going to be making a 4-part series basically on how to make level 1 D&D characters for anyone who's willing to who wants to get into D&D for the first time, or if they're just a returning player and they need a refresher. Other than that, just doing game streams. I started streaming Ghost Recon Wildlands the other night, played for 3 hours. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, other than that, just going to work, living life, and just trying to make it another day, man.
Theo, what do you got coming up?
I have I'm on this show every Friday. I'm on the Rogues Gallery most Fridays. That's at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I also have my show Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be rolling out because I've been doing a bunch of shows lately, so I'm going to be rolling out a bunch of clips, and then I'm going to have some longer videos paywalled on Patreon. So if you want to support me on Patreon, I'm actually going to drop my link tree in the chat. So so please support me on there, and then eventually there's going to be a merch store. Still working on that. So we're pending merch store rollout. But if you want to keep track of everything I'm doing, follow me on X and follow me on YouTube, because that's where all my fun stuff is happening.
Please
I
tell
need
me
to
in the
know if I
merch
can get
store.
it. Go on.
I had it first,
Go.
dick. No,
Go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, please tell me in the merch store you're gonna have a T-shirt that says "fuck Matt Rife" on it.
Maybe. That's definitely
He might
on
run,
the list
he
of
may
things now.
run into copyright issues there, but yeah, that's possible. I'm
It's free
waiting for the day
speech.
you have the link of your hair to buy like little like sections of your hair. That's what I'm waiting for.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be fun.
Rogues Galleries on
You
Iron
think I'm
Oxide.
joking?
Yeah,
You think I'm joking?
Dude,
don't.
Theo, Timu Jesus T-shirt. Think about it.
I'm thinking about it. Like, we've got so many good memes from this show, like that would be good merch. Like, it's gonna be
The
good,
problem with him
man.
selling his hair is it gets popular, he'll not have any hair left.
Butterscotch
true.
T-shirt.
It
Think
grows
about
back. It grows
Limited
back.
edition.
Well, yeah, it'll grow back eventually, but at a certain point, maybe it stops growing back.
Maybe.
No.
Make
Theo.
it a limited edition run.
Yeah.
Theo,
there you go.
On the T-shirt, the depiction needs to be Butterscotch trying to woo the girls of the party with a song, and all you see is Tifa and Kit in the background just looking disgusted as she's trying to play a song.
Honestly, it'd be pretty sweet. No, yeah. So the merch store is going to happen, and everyone should buy merch so that I have money to put on shows. That'd be great.
Yeah, Darnell, what do you got coming up?
Actually, not a lot lately. As I mentioned earlier, the trivia time is on indefinite hiatus. I'll here Friday nights. We'll be at Chris Straw tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at Touch Grass. And then I got youtube.com/@shamrecords, my AI music channel. Go listen to some music. If you want some music made for your show or whatever you're doing, send me a DM on X at Darnell Quigley, no E before the Y. I'll make you music. I do it for free. It's fun. I'll generate you some AI music.
He's made some really good tracks for Curse of Strahd. Do it. Seriously.
And our special guest, Sean, third Railify. Thank you for joining, man.
I love when you guys ask me to come on. It makes me happy.
I mean, one hot dog.
Oh,
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Ah,
Fun.
Yeah.
What you got coming up?
The chirp gets me every time. Every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Eastern time being God's time, this fucking Pacific Standard Time bullshit. What the fuck is that? Oh my God. Anyway, Saturday Night Off the Rails is my show, 10 o'clock Eastern. And as always, you guys are always welcome to come on. Last week we had Arza on, and I know
What a
hopefully-
guy.
Yeah, hopefully soon Theo will have some time, and maybe I can get Tiny on. One day she'll get back to me whenever she has a minute.
Did you send me a DM?
Yes,
Oh shit. Sorry.
we talked to Tiny.
It's
Wow.
With all the
We-
colors.
Thank you. I'm
Well, I
so
think
sorry.
you were having a rough day, so we're gonna call it a mulligan, I think. And yeah. So, anyways, I love being on this show. I love this panel. So everyone is always welcome on my show. That's Saturday Night Off the Rails. That's I stream on Rumble, but you can also find me on YouTube. That's where I do my standalone videos, kind of news stories, kind of quartering, kind of Tim Pool kind of style. But I'm not gay like those guys are. And
Nice.
at Third Railify at YouTube, at Third Railify on Twitter, at Third Railify on Rumble.
Hey. Well, if you haven't done it so yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. Want to thank everyone on the panel and thank the special guest Sean for coming again. Diesel, it's great to see you again and streaming again. And
phrasing.
hopefully the next time that you are awake and are able to jump on, we'll get you on again. Okay. Well, everyone, you have a great evening. We will be back here next Friday, 9:30 PST, for the next episode of Insert Title Here. Next week's guest will be Sammy Threepeat. The guest next week will be Sammy Threepeat.
Sammy's hilarious.
Mhm.
Sir, I could
Dude is
swore I
a
just heard
nut, man.
I just heard.
So I started making videos. I've been trying to keep about 3 a week. Started doing that as kind of attempt to kind of increase the views to help get a little bit closer to making a couple dollars. And this is all about being a hobby and trying to have some fun. So everyone, have a great weekend. We will see you here next Friday. Everyone, good night.